girls, kids of all ages, we have a treat here today. A friend of mine brought this bike over. He's been working on for a year or two, trying to get it put together, and he's got everything lined up and everything tacked in, and I told him I'd weld it out for him. These are old Indian, not sure how old they are. I want to say they're probably anywhere from 100 to 80 years old, maybe older, maybe not that old or whatever, but these are the old, and I don't know the terminology, but this is what they use for springs in the back of these things. This is the EVO frame front end. I got to finish welding up. I've got to get the seat on, all that stuff welded in, cleaned up, cut this off, what have you. Just want to let you know what's coming up. This, I got this far, got the plate on there, but he's got an EVO motor, if I'm not mistaken. Got to notch this, get that up in there, weld that around there. Got a lot of welding to do and what have you, so we can get it blasted and powder coated, mount the oil tank up under the seat where it's supposed to go, and stuff like that. Originally, when we took these things apart, they had just, I guess the front of the bike, what they do, they just cut the original frame off of it. These were actually brazed in. They were not welded, they were brazed. But we did weld on this piece right here, and I welded that up and built that up because it was damaged. And this welds really good, so I want to say that's forged steel or cast steel, not cast iron. So, but got some work to do on it. We got some cleaning up to do, but we're gonna do a really nice job. I'm a pulse TIG, all of this, either manual pulse or auto pulse. But and we also built the jig too, the rotary frame. So he's got everything where it's supposed to be, and this is going to be quite enjoyable, and I'm going to be glad to see it on the road. I know he is, because this is probably a year and a half that he's been on this, and it's been on hold for a while. So that's coming up. We're going to be doing that pretty quickly. This one here, I'm going to finish up a video on this. The first video I did was so bad, where I keyed these and machined this and everything to run it. The camera was positioned too far up, so everything that I wanted to catch was down here, as you can probably watch the first video on it. I apologize for that. But I've got this plate mounted here. I'm going to come down to here with a support, and then I'm going to support this off of this. And I might even turn this around and use this to come in onto this to hold that. So this will be, and like I said, this is going to be the controller. And this is going to be the power box. And that's DC speed controller, and this is a antique Bodine electric gear motor, DC 115 volt DC. It was another trash find, and it looks brand new. And I was looking on the Bodine site, and these things sell for about $300 or $400. So we're going to see how that works. Like I said, we got to grease everything up here. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to video all the welds on it and the cleaning up and everything, and it'll probably be kind of fast and what have you, but yeah, it's going to be a nice looking bike when he gets it done. He's kind of excited now to actually get it in here so we can get it welded up. So he's been working on it a long time. We built this rotary table so it'll spin, so I'll be able to turn it, you know, for the welds and everything. So this looks like this is going to be a pretty nice job here. The only thing I'm going to have to do is really notch that and get all that stuff welded on there and all that. And that's it. Just to let you know, I've had a few people complain about my videos, the poor quality and stuff like that. I don't have a lot of money for sophisticated cameras, so it is what it is until I could get something better. Really can't, you know, afford the really expensive cameras. Now, whenever I did do the, and I didn't show it because the video was so horrible, I might throw a little clip of it in. We're ready to cut some keys here. This is 5/8 hole. We can get the 5/8. This is a Minuteman brooch, the DeMont company. Pretty much standard. Now we're going to want the key over one. And by the way, I did drill some set screw holes in this and tapped them. I'm sure that was so exciting, y'all would love to see that, but I didn't do it. So anyway, we're going to have to figure out what kind of key is going to go in this thing. And this is for this one. Let me go ahead and roll it over here. And this looks like not this one, this key right here. So that's where this little tiny press I got comes in handy. So now we're going to cut the key in here. It's not completely over the set screw hole, but it's good enough. Okay, that's the first cutting. Like I said, guys, this is no super precision thing here. I just don't want to crank on the I just don't want to be cranking on it, that's all. So but for anybody that's never done this, this is a 1/2 inch key cutter, and what you'll do is you'll put this inside there. This is a broaching, and then you'll put this in there, and I take the press right here and I press this through here, and then it cuts a little bit, and then you put a spacer in there and it cuts a little bit more. That's how you cut keys. I was kind of wanting to show you all that, but didn't get a chance to do it. Like the way this come out. Oil hole up where it's supposed to be and all that. I'm sure there's no oil in this thing. I hope the little more motor turns it. It's, you know, this has to be oil cleaned up, stuff like that. So we'll get that done. We'll get on this coming up. So this is going to be interesting. Get some nice pretty welds on them, get them cleaned up. And I got me a bottle of argon over there, so get that on the Everlast and get my cooler on it, and we'll do some good pulse welding around the, or manual pulsing. I'm more in favor of the pulse, the manual pulse. Some people like the auto pulse. I kind of like the manual. We have some some welds we're gonna have to clean up here, but he tried, and I don't slight anybody from trying, and really, you know, give it a go, and if you can't give it a go, bring it to somebody, you know, that can do it. So we'll get that welded up. That's no problem. So that's what's coming up, guys. Hit like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, good or bad. I don't care. Lately I've been getting bad ones. But anyway, y'all have a good night.